Hello everybody and welcome to another video. So this is the second kind of little let's play we've done on the channel, and I thought we'd delve into another one of my favourite games of all time, and we'd have a look at Lemmings. So this is not going to be a full playthrough of Lemmings. What we're going to do instead is we're going to look at all of the fun levels. There's about 30 of them in total, so strap yourself in. Um, this is gonna be like a commentary only. I will release a no commentary version at some point of this, but my recording setup's a little bit different today. But yes, Lemmings. So this is one that I played when I was incredibly young as well, same as the Sonic games. I probably played Lemmings before I played Sonic. But the idea in Lemmings is you've got these lemmings, and you've got various abilities along the bottom. You have to guide them from here to here. They'll just wander up and down aimlessly. And that's it. You save lemmings. So they're these awesome, cute little green haired sprites that just, like I said, wander back and forth. What you saw there was me using the digger. They just dig straight down, like that, through the scenery. You'll see other ones come into use as we go through the levels. I'll kind of explain them as we hit them. They're all pretty obvious, but there you go. Superb, rescued every lemming on that level. Can you do it again? Of course I can. And got the old access code you've got there as well. So the next one, only floaters can survive this. The clue and what you have to do here is in the title of the video. The title of the video, the title of the level. So we wait for it to load. I'm playing this on an Amiga emulator. For reference, this is an Amiga title. So this one, they'll drop down. You'd use the parachute to make them into a floater, and just as they go past, you click it. And as you can see, they float right down. It's just a really lovely game, this, I think. Really fun music in the background, just nice, engaging puzzle gameplay. Incredibly successful game as well. So, for reference with this one, Lemmings was released in the early 90s. Released by a company called DMA Design, who would change their name by the late 90s to a company called Rockstar North. As you know, probably went on to make the Grand Theft Auto franchise. This was one of their earlier big successes. Huge critical acclaim, and this was quite literally on pretty much any system you could think of. It was still getting ports up to a very late point. I can't really think when the last port of it was. Kind of want to say the PSP version was the last proper port for it. Ownership of it is no longer with DMA Design. Actually, the ownership of the Lemmings franchise is with Sony. So they kind of released it as an early sort of flagship title for the PSP. And that was a really cool version. Translated to console pretty well. Like I say, this was quite literally on anything. It was on the Amiga, the PC, the Spectrum. Stuart had like an Atari, like whatever Atari was floating around at the time. Port. It was on the Master System, the Mega Drive. There was a SNES port from what I recall. There was like 3DO versions. I think it even had like Game Boy ports at one point. Just quite literally everywhere. So on this level, I used blockers to block the path, just jump straight back in the explanation. But once you've got a blocker, you can't do anything with them. What do we do? We use this button. What this does, it puts a timer above their head. And I strongly urge everyone. I'm going to assume maybe a lot of the people watching this video have already played Lemmings at some point in your life. If you have not played this game, 100% recommend you go and seek out like a means to play it, because it is absolutely brilliant. It's one of those, like with Sonic 2 when I mentioned it being like a comfort game. This is exactly the same, a comfort game. So this one we're going to use the pickaxe bloke, and what he does is he goes down in a diagonal. And he just will come to the end of the scenery and drop through, and then we're going to make everyone as they come past into a climber. I always like to try and catch them as they're coming out of the hole. So the fun levels are just sort of like introducing the mechanics to you. Very, simple. Usually you'll get like one option in it. As levels go on, it obviously becomes a lot harder. And we get the last one in. There we go. We're on to level 5. I just love this, the access codes. I used to have a little notebook, because when we got our Amiga back in the day, the guy who gave us it had like an impressive library of games. Do you need bashes this time? I'll show you them ones. He had an impressive library of games. It was like 2 big floppy disk cases worth of games. But also it came with a little black notebook he had, and within it were just pretty much every cheat code for every level on Lemmings, as well as like passwords for Super Frog, various other games, like ways to solve puzzles in certain point and clicks, if I remember correctly. Just all sorts. That was really, really cool to have. And you can see the bashers, they are just sort of, they'll just bash through horizontally. So this is a little bit of a awkward one here, because as you can see, the scenery is a little bit weird. But there is a way to kind of get it. There you go. So if you time it at the right moment, you can get it straight along the bottom there. What we'll do is we'll turn up the speed on the Lemmingy boy. I was having bash through that way. Doesn't really make any difference right now. Make him into a basher as well, just so they get through. There you go. Makes it much quicker. So now here comes the ultimate satisfaction in Lemmings, I find, aside from nuking everything. When you get just a lovely little string of Lemmings like this, all coming at once. And there you go. We're on to level 6 now. Superb, you rescued every lemming on that level. Can you do it again? Can I do it again? I don't know. Can't remember what the next level is. I think the next level's pretty... So blockers and bombers on this one. So as you can see, there's various kind of like quirky little level backgrounds for this, like types of levels to go through. This is sort of the Hellscape one. It's kind of an all ages kind of game, but it had some weird humour in it. This one's pretty easy. The best way to do it is to block them and then turn them into a bomber. With this one, you don't necessarily need to block them. They can just pop along at any point. We'll already turn up the speed for this. It's not a tricky one. But then what you want to do is you want to stop him just as he hits the line. And we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And he very nicely, very satisfying, all that happens. But you've still got a few stray lemmings floating about. I hope like I said, I've got different recordings set up for this Let's Play than I did the Sonic one. So I hope you can hear some of the music in the background, because it's really lovely music. I believe the story behind the music is that licensing fees for actual music at the time was maybe a bit pricey. Obviously, they had some really talented composers. So some of the music in here is just like really bizarre mashups of like classic music as well as some original stuff. And it just merges really well. So this one we've got the builder. And what he does is he lays down these little slabs to create a staircase. And there you go, allows them to walk up. So then what we have here is one of the awkward parts of the level where they could fall down here and you have to build them a path back up. We'll try to avoid that. What I tend to do is just have him start building, then him, then him, then him. There you go. And by the time he's done, they'll all be through. I love the little shrug they give before they give up on the building. Just like little touches like that really add to the game. And it's a timeless game. I really feel like you could release this now and it would still be amazing because it's just one of those designs that's absolutely just perfect, really. There is a mobile game for Lemmings, but it's not really like this, unfortunately. Which is a shame, because I feel like you have a look at the interface here, perfect for touchscreens, tablets, and mobile phones. Absolutely fantastic for that. But the game has been proven to work on console, so you could even release it on modern consoles. Like, obviously the Switch has a bit of touchscreen on it, so put it on the Switch, be amazing. But as mentioned, Sony do own their license to this now, from what I understand, so chances of it being elsewhere are pretty slim. It doesn't look like they're in a hurry to do much with it, unfortunately. So this one, they all fall out pretty quickly. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. That was silly. So they all fall out pretty easily, but this is just a very simple level. I think you get everything available to you, and like it says, it's easier than it looks. But then you get the satisfaction of all bouncing in there to a warped version of how much is that doggy in the window. You almost feel bad for him, don't you? There's nothing you can do. Farewell. Ye did your job well. I want a level 9 already. So for the first batch of the fun levels are incredibly easy. So this is the first one where you might start to panic a little bit. They release incredibly fast here. So you gotta be on your toes. You can't turn them down. So what you want to put the basher in there. And then they will start coming back towards you. And you want to stop them as soon. Oh no, he got caught up. Your sacrifice will be remembered. Oh, will he do it? Will he do it? He's going to do it. No danger. Oh, we lost 2. We lost the first 2 time we lost 2 in a level like that. We'll call them Jules and Jops. Remember their sacrifice. That's another old school reference for anyone out there who enjoys their retro gaming. There's a reference to cannon fodder, which might be another one we might play on this channel at some point, but I'm rubbish at it. Smile if you love Lemmings. So this one, what you kind of want to do here is speed it up so that they're all out pretty quickly because they will squish as they're going down. And then we want to get a blocker ready on this side to catch any of the strays. Oh no, we lost a couple there. The one thing you'll tend to find is that you can't avoid losing them sometimes. I probably could have done better there. If I'd put that one down as a floater and had him block, then I wouldn't have lost as many, but I only needed 50%. This one, when I was young, used to be quite a tricky one. I never used to be able to figure out how to do it. It's actually incredibly easy, but what you'll notice is these arrows point a certain way. So you do need a basher for it. But it's kind of like, well, you can't punch from that side, you've got to go from the other side. When I was a kid, my brain wasn't logical enough to really figure it out. But now it's pretty simple. And I'll drop down. So what I'm going to do is block him there. Then we're going to get the basher ready. And as soon as you go through, we're going to come through that end. Incredibly easy. Like, obviously easy, but... I'll get rid of that one. Lemmingy Jeff. So, oh god, he's going all the way up there. So, more about the franchise, I guess, while we're waiting for Billy Lemon over there to get back down. The game would go on to spawn number of sequels. Or No More Lemmings, Lemmings 2, there was a Lemmings 3D. There were various holiday packs, stuff like that released for it. It's a game that's been referenced a number of times. This game actually has references to other titles in it. And if you go to Dundee, which was the home of DMA Design back in the early 90s, there is actually a statue of the Lemmings there. Last time I was in Dundee, I didn't get a chance to properly see it, unfortunately. There was some roadworks, not roadworks, but works going on around it. But I did get to kind of see them from afar, which was nice to see, because it was a part of my childhood, really. So this one, you can see it's starting to get a little bit, not tricky, but... yeah. Just kind of a bit more to think about. There you go. You can never avoid losing one of them, can you? So what we're going to do, we're going to build from that corner there, while London Bridge is falling down, players. And we're up, somehow. I don't know what's going on now. But we're through. On to level 13. Level 13, we all fall down. Quite an easy one again. You got 20 lemmings here to be saved. And they drop one at a time. Now, you will want to keep it one at a time on this one, pretty much. But the premise here is simple. 20 lemmings, 20 diggers. What you're going to do, you're just going to wait for them to come along to here. And you're going to collect them one by one along here. So they all drop down in one thing. See, if they fall from here, they die. But if they fall from here after having dug, they stay alive. So there's a very, very fine line between where the fall damage begins. We've got 1, 2... And that's the last one there. God knows where these are actually trying to get to. I have to traversed a lot of interesting landscapes. But yes, I think there was even like a few little spin-off things. There was like a platformer style spin-off. I think they even released like a sort of first-person shooter Lemmings paintball game or something like that. But I don't really think there's been anything since that late 90s that's kind of been a sequel or such for it. Unfortunately, it's just kind of, I don't know, not really. Aside from people knowing about it, not really being a lot for it, which is a shame because I think it's a series that deserves more sort of coverage. So what we want to do here, we want to build these up. Now you want to try and build them in the right location because you want to, as you can see, you want to build your bridge and bash through. Like that. And then drop into that one, do the same, and then drop into there. Does not take long. Okay, and that is in the right lineup. It's sort of hard to judge sometimes. And then we'll increase the speed of them coming out because now we've got the line created. So like I say, pretty simple, but just making sure you get things right because if you start bashing at the wrong point, you're never going to go into the water and drown. So yeah, while we're here, I guess, I've been talking quite a lot about my history with it. What about yourselves? I started with the Sonic one, but any of you watching have a history with this game as well? Anyone played it? Which platform did you have it for? Is this your first time seeing the game? That's always quite an interesting one to me. There you go, at level 15, so I think I'm about halfway through the game of this video. So you want to do all of the levels for fun. Okay, so this is a pretty easy one. Again, like I said, they're all easy. These are all like the fun levels. They're all pretty easy, but quite possible to be caught out on this one. So we want to start by selecting the basher. And what we want to do here, really, and I'll do it now actually, we want to use this one lemming to get across the rest of the map, really. So we want to keep everyone sort of pinned in. So we'll just increase the volume. Because what we're going to do is we're going to use that one lemming and have him build all the way up here. So to minimize that risk of anyone else falling or dying, and we're going to start him building around here. Now start building here, and we're going to have him build it until he gets to this point. So what we want to do, we want to just make sure he's still building. We want to keep clicking to kind of catch him as he gets exhausted. I kind of keep clicking, but it's a nervy thing. So we're just going to keep going up until that point. So I'm just trying to gauge it now. So we want to get him to about here, I think. Oof, I thought he was going to die there. So then we're going to start building about here. We don't want them to fall down here because that's a trap that will kill them in a pretty gruesome way. A lot of gruesome deaths in this, but it's very cartoony and funny. What we're going to do, we're just going to keep building. And hopefully he'll reach this point. I love the shrug. Right, and that should get him through. And what we're going to do, we're going to have him do that. And then all the rest of these lemmings, all 98 of them remaining, are just going to continue their journey to safety. So let's watch them. So yeah, it's worth pointing out I've never actually ever completed the full game of this. Some of the later levels get ridiculous. You've got like multiple trapdoors letting them out and a number of different exits they can go to. And just so much to keep track of. So level 16. So not many left to go until we reach the end of the fun levels. So this is another buildy level. Yeah. So yeah, we want to just kind of do that. That should be fine. So again, this is very similar to the previous one. Just keep one of them building. One of them building all the way up until he reaches this point. And then he pops. I'll increase the speed. No! Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I got caught up in my own hubris. Oh well. Just have to keep an eye on these ones. Yeah, you just build that direction, mate. Right, we made it. There we go. Shouldn't have been messing about, should I really? It's my own fault. Never mind. Now we climb that stairway. Oh, now this one. This one I cannot remember for the life of me, but I remember this one being quite a tricky one. Now, why is this a hard one? Oh, yes. Okay. Because they get squished. Hmm. Right, we're going to have a look at that again. Oh, wrong one. Hmm. Oh, yeah, they all die. I always remember this is one that I genuinely always have had trouble with. Really didn't go well. Okay. Not a great start, I'll admit. Right, let's pause it. So what have we got? We've got the bottom here, where you get squishified, and you've got these pillars, which aren't very favourable either. So, hmm. Okay, he just bounces off the side there, right? Ah! I am not very good at this level. Ah, okay. There you go. Bit of a not great moment there for that one. Got there eventually though. Remember, this one always used to give me a little bit of trouble. Okay, so what have we got next? I'm just checking how long the video's been running for. You saw a little blip there. Oh, now this is a good one. So this is another pretty easy one. Looks scarier than it is. But the whole point really. Stop. And bomb. It's amazing how hard that one beforehand was compared to some of the levels that follow. Because some of them really aren't... Like, there's a weird difficulty spike, I feel. There we go, level 19. I want to at least get to level 20. So this is another build and stop kind of one. But we'll just be following this guy up until around here. And then he'll build. I think we want to kind of start building around here, and it'll go straight up. There we go. So what I might do, instead of doing all the fun levels, I might just do up to past level 20, because I'm not really sure you all that one. And I'll do the other levels kind of as an additional video. But this one, another really, really simple one, especially compared to that one beforehand. Although I suppose the other one was easy when you know how. There we go, now they're gonna go. And he's just gonna wander all the way back. Ah, you have a very slim time limit on this one. Okay. Well, it should be more than enough time to get them in. But unfortunately... There we go. Let's kill the rest of them off, shall we? So now at level 20, this is kind of the one I wanted to get onto. Oh no, this isn't the one I was thinking of. Okay. So another kind of simple block and bash type level. No. There we go. You can pause the game to... Oh, what did I do wrong there? Forgot to press the wrong button instead of stopping. It's a few times I've done that. Okay, so what we got next? We've not got many left actually on this one, seeing as we're going in. The one level I wanted to show off particularly was level 22 apparently. So... Okay, so we got another kind of simple... They're starting to get a bit more complicated using a few different things now. Oh, no. Oh, just caught him. So he's going to go back over there. Now what we're going to do... So you can see this, like, as we go forward, there's a trap here we want to be careful of. Okay, it gets us over the trap. And then from then onwards, just a straight run to there. So, close that off. Increase the speed. And there you have it. Another lemming done. Another lemming done. Another level done. So level 23 out of 30 for fun. And this is the one I kind of was wanting to show everyone. So this is one of the kind of crossover levels. One of the other big games on the Amiga back in the day was Shadow of the Beast. And it was a huge kind of deal back in the day. I think Shadow of the Beast released late 80s, maybe 89, I'm not sure with timelines. But when it was released, it was quite a big deal. It was kind of had artwork done by Roger Dean, who people might recognise as doing artwork for bands like Yes and many other prog rock things. And you also notice the music is incredibly different here. That's because it uses the theme from Shadow of the Beast. Just an amazing theme. So what we want to do, we want to just have them bash through the trees as need be. And then when we get to it, we kind of want to... I kind of build a bridge from this one to this one and then bash through and then build the bridge there as well. But yes, Shadow of the Beast got a kind of remake on the PS4 a good few years ago now. I enjoyed it, actually. I actually remember really liking it. It got a bit of a mixed reception, but like I say, I really enjoyed the game. I've been back to try and play the original in more recent years, and it's one of those really, really tough games. Like, it is very, very hard. But some of the things it did, like you can hear the music in the background, it had amazing sort of graphics capabilities at the time. The parallax scrolling it had was just second to none back in the day. kind of want to do there is just go through like that. Then level is nearly complete. That's level 23 done. And unfortunately, kind of in the PSP remake of this, it no longer had the reference to Shadow of the Beast, which was a bit of a shame. And here come the rest of them. I'm just going to check. So what I think we'll do, we're just about to approach the hour mark. I think I'll actually leave that there now. I wanted to kind of show off the Shadow of the Beast level just to kind of get to that point. I always see that as sort of a certain point, but there are 30 levels for the fun section. I kind of miscounted when I started this. I also didn't expect to die about 4 times on one level. But yeah, let's have a look. The very next level is called I've Lost That Lemming Feeling. It's a bit more of a hellscape type level. Not too hard. Very much a case of blocking here, kind of building up here, trying to make sure you get over that, and getting towards you. I'd say getting towards the exit. But thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and maybe it's inspired you to go and seek this out yourself. I played the Amiga version of this via WinUAE. I kind of find the Amiga versions maybe Amiga or PC maybe the definitive versions of it, but it is literally available on pretty much any sort of retro system out there, and it's pretty easy to get hold of. I've always seen like Mega Drive copies of it in like retro game stores or CEX if you have like a retro console. Um, but definitely, if you get the opportunity, go check it out. It's a great game, great little puzzle game. And yeah, thank you all very much for taking the time to watch this. Hope you really enjoyed it. And and if you want to see more like video playthroughs, this kind of thing, me chatting while playing video games, do let me know. I do. I've kind of dabbled with streaming in the past and find I don't necessarily enjoy it that much, but I enjoy making videos like this. Um, so if you kind of want more of this, let me know. Let me know if there's any sort of games you'd like to see me cover as well. But yeah, until next time, I say thank you very much for watching it. Please do the like, share, comment thing, and see you next time. Goodbye.